किसी से तुम प्यार करो तो फिर इजहार।
Breaking news, Mr. Krishnan, the 70-years-old director of Sri Krishna Builders, a construction company, has been involved in a serious car accident.
Hi, Mr. Krishnan. How are you?
Okay.
I heard about the bad news that you have been hospitalized. Yes.
I was in coma for 13 months.
Right now, how are you feeling after all this time? I hope that you are getting better.
Okay. But after I came back with a nightmare.
What kind of nightmare that you
My company was in very bad shape. That's piling up. Creditors knocking at the door. I don't know what to do. Where to start and how to handle it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Krishnan. I know that it must be overwhelming, but you are not alone. Let's figure out this together, okay? I think for this problem, we can go to maybe some legal advisor to seek for some help and advice on what can we do to overcome this problem.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Sakila? Oh.
Kamil, morning Mr. Krishnan, have a seat.
Okay, thank you.
How are you, Mr. Krishnan?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, I understand that you wanted to discuss about your company situation. So what it is about?
I've been running a construction company for many years. But recently I went into coma. And when I came out, the company was in... I found the company struggling badly with debts. We haven't secured any new government projects. And so the debts are piling up. Debts are remain unpaid. Suppliers are demanding for payment and the workers are not turning up. I don't have a son to take over. So I think the company cannot survive anymore.
I see.
And then the doctors also advised me to retire from the business. So what can be done?
Oh, I'm really sorry to hear all this, Mr. Krishnan. It sounds like the company is in serious financial distress. Could you give me an estimate of how much the company owes and whether there are any cash flow or remaining asset?
What I see, the total debts amount to 3 million. And whatever assets or materials remain in the company, if I sell it, it will only come to $500,000. I don't think there is any cash flow, right? I don't think COA.
Okay, thank you for sharing the information, Mr. Krishnan. So I will discuss back with my senior. She has more experience handling the insolvency case like yours. After reviewing, come in.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Aina. Okay, after reviewing, I will come back with a clear advice on the next step, what you should take for your problem in your company. So for your next appointment, you can come back next Wednesday. So that's all for today. Okay. Thank you. We will work through this together. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Krishnan. Boss, are you free? Okay, I want to ask you, I just met a client, Mr. Krishnan. He owns a construction company. He was in a coma for 30 months. So, and after recovering, he found out that the company has issued debt. So, I think around 3 million ringgit.
3 million ringgit?
Yeah, he said just now lah. Okay, but the asset won't cover them. So the company isn't getting any more government project and creditor are not cooperating also. So he say he can't bear the burden anymore.
Okay.
I'm not sure what advice to give him. So, could you guide me on what we should do?
Before I give my opinion, can you tell me more about his background?
Okay, yes, boss. Mr. Krishnan mentioned that he has no son to inherit the company, and the creditors are unwilling to take over the business. So the company future is uncertain and at risk due to the heavy debt. He also feels that there is no hope to revive the company.
Given that Mr. Krishnan has no hair and also the creditors don't want to take over, so I recommend this approach. First, you have to try to find a potential buyer or investor willing to take over the business as a going concern. So this helps preserve jobs, only contracts, and possibly some goodwill. So if no buyer or investor is found and no competent management is available, then the best course is to wind up the company voluntarily. But this could be either a member's voluntarily winding up if the company is solvent, or a creditor's voluntarily winding up if insolvent. So based on what you have told me, it sounds like the company is insolvent, right? Both in cash flow and balance sheet terms. So under Malaysian law, that's a clear ground for winding up lah. Since the liabilities exceeds assets and the company cannot pay its debts, right, and as they fall due, so the directors, or in this case, Uncle Krishnan itself, as the managing director, have a duty to consider winding up the company properly. So that would mean a creditor's voluntary winding up under the Companies Act 2016.
So, Madam, I cannot understand a bit. So, could you explain that a bit more, Madam, about the winding up under the Companies Act 2016?
Oh, yes, of course. So under Section 433 of the Companies Act 2016, a company can voluntarily wind itself up if it passes a special resolution stating it cannot continue business because of its liabilities. Then under Section 439, the company must hold a meeting of creditors to appoint a liquidator. So this process is called a creditor's voluntary winding up. So this liquidator then takes control of the company's assets, sells them, and distributes the proceeds according to the legal order of priority. First to secured creditors, then preferential debts such as employee wages, followed by unsecured creditors. So any debts that cannot be paid off during liquidation will be written off. So I think that's all lah for Uncle Krishnan's case.
Okay, thank you, Madam.
Okay.
It's very clear explanation. So I will get back to Mr. Krishnan.
Okay, you may go. Thank you. Good morning, Uncle. Have a seat.
Good morning.
Okay. Have a seat.
Okay.
How are you today?
Fine. Thank you.
Okay. So I think you can go straight to the point lah. Right, Uncle. Based on your company's financial status and the fact that there is no mandatory or declaration of solvency has been made, so I think we may need to proceed with a creditor's voluntary winding up under Section 439 of the Companies Act 2016.
Is there truly no alternative before we go down that route?
Actually, Uncle, we have discussed before we proceed to winding up. Actually, there are two corporate rescue mechanisms that we had considered, provided certain conditions are met.
Rescue?
Yeah.
What kind of rescue options?
Alright. Uncle, actually the first option is a corporate voluntary arrangement, which we call it as CBA under Section 395-2402 of the Companies Act 2016. And in this option, it allows the company to propose a debt repayment plan to creditors. So if 75% of them agree, the plan can be implemented. But CBA is only possible if the company isn't already facing legal action under receivership.
or liquidation itself.
So, what the second option?
Oh, the second is judicial management that governed by section 403 to 430, and you need to apply to court for a judicial manager to temporarily take over operations and attempt to rescue the company, either by restructuring debts, continuing business, or finding buyers. And upon filing, there is an automatic moratorium kicks in and pausing creditor actions.
Would either of these options would be?
Honestly, Uncle, it's unlikely. So you mentioned that the company has 3 million ringgit in debt, but actually it is only 500,000 ringgit in realizable assets. Also, most creditors are no longer cooperative, Uncle. So the court only will approve judicial management if there is a specific or realistic chance to company to be saved. So we can take a case, past case, which is the rebate scenario Berhad, where the court dismissed the judicial management application due to insufficient evidence of recovery potential.
I see. And with my health, I am in no positions to manage any of them anymore. Maybe it's time to give up.
Most creditors are no longer cooperative, Uncle. So the court only will approve judicial management if there is a specific or realistic chance to company to be saved. So we can take a case, past case, which is the rebate scenario Berhad, where the court dismissed the judicial management application due to insufficient evidence of recovery potential.
I see. And with my health, I am in no positions to manage any of them anymore. Maybe it's time to give up.
So, Uncle, in this case, right now, I recommend proceeding with a creditor's voluntary winding up, since that we cannot file a declaration of solvency under Section 443. And in this case, the law requires us to follow the creditor-driven process under Section 432 and also Section 439.
What would be the next?
Alright, good. So, right now we first convene.
Okay, what's the next step?
Okay, so we first convene our members meeting to pass a resolution. Then, according to Section 449, we must give at least 7 days notice to creditor before a meeting and publish the notice in the newspaper. And last, the notice must include the company financial statement and a statement of affairs.
What happens during the creditors meeting?
So what happened during the creditor meetings, the creditor will appoint a liquidator. So the company may suggest a name, but ultimately the creditor's nominee will prevail.
And Uncle, under Section 456, the liquidator also is responsible for selling the company's assets, paying debts in the proper order, and secured creditors, employees, then unsecured creditors, and also filing reports.
This takes longer than expected.
Uncle, delays could lead to legal consequences and additional financial complications.
Okay, Mr. Krishnan, don't worry. As your situation have a similar in the past case, which is in Recompense Will Mary Senior Berhad against Lim Beng Sung, which is the court granted a winding up order when the company was clearly insolvent and there was no opposition by the directors.
I understand.
Yeah, don't worry, Uncle. So I think we will handle it. Right now, we will begin by preparing the notice to creditors and also the supporting documents.
Okay.
Don't worry, Uncle, we will guide you through the every step until the end. Okay?
Okay, fine, thank you.
I think that's all for the meeting today. So Uncle, don't worry.
Okay, see you all.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Uncle.
Okay.
Wahai kawan